What's up, Level Up? Welcome to Level No Levels. I appreciate you joining me. Topic of the day is levels. Let's level up. Levels, they say there's levels to this, and there is. So it's words that challenge you. Find your level, no levels, where you feel at peace and you're one with life and the universe, and one with all understanding. Levels, like I said, we should be leveling up each and every day, growing each and every day. That's what progress makes life better. Things like that. And, when you're growing and you're trying to level up, you're going to realize you're going to lose some friends along the way. Sometimes you might even lose family. Things like that, because your understanding might be different and your growth might be different. Because everyone grows differently. We all take information in differently. And through those times, your friends or your family, they're going to tell you that you're changing. And when they do, thank them, because a lot of times when people tell somebody they change, they just stop growing because they're so afraid of judgment. They're so afraid of whatever they're afraid of, people thinking this and that, or that they are different. But the thing is, it's good to be different. Everybody wants to be different, but they're all the same. So it's good to be different. And change is good. It's better for someone to come up to you each day, each year, 2, 3 years, and say, man, you changed. You've changed. That's good. Hopefully you change for the good, because life is always changing and you're adapting and growing for the better of yourself. Not degressing and not growing in life. So like I said, you gotta change and adapt with life. When people say you change, you should thank them, and that's good, because you definitely don't want somebody to come up to you after a year or 2 or 3 and be like, man, you're still doing the same thing. You haven't learned nothing. You're still the same ignorant person. You haven't grown. You don't want that. You definitely don't want somebody to come up to you after 5 years haven't seen you. Like, oh man, you're still in the same stuff. Like, you still thinking the same? Because life is about progression. You gotta learn. Learning is what makes us feel good. Growing is what makes us feel good. Everyone knows that. Because once you stop growing in anything, progressing in anything you do, school, sports, relationships, working out, knowing yourself, once you stop progressing in that, you feel dead. So growth and leveling up is good. Like I said, you're going to lose a lot of people along the way, and that's fine. Because because the people that don't want you to level up is the people that are, hating. Like, they don't want you to be better. So if anyone around you don't want you to level up, and they have sly remarks and laugh and makes jokes when you tell them you're gonna work out, you're gonna get a better job, you're gonna do better in life, and they make those sly remarks, those are haters. Get rid of them. They're trying to hold you down so it makes them feel better. So it's okay to level up and let go of them and move on. Most of us, we don't want to lose friends. Like I said, when a friend or somebody tells us that we're changing, we stop growing. Because we're afraid to hurt their feelings. Sometimes feelings have to be hurt so people can grow, so we can grow, so they can grow. Because honesty hurts feelings. People say they like realness, but a lot of people don't. They like fake stuff. Because it's easier to handle. But when someone's real with them, they get mad, they get upset, they don't want to look at themselves. Like, when you're leveling up, it makes your haters don't want to look at themselves, because they're in their negativity, they're on their, pittiness, feeling bad for themselves and things like that. And I think that's what caused the world to be bad too. Not leveling up, staying ignorant, like being negative. Because if you're like, it's funny to me, like I said, people blame each other. We all blame each other. That's one thing that makes everything bad too. But it's funny to me when you blame people who are successful. Because if they're successful, they don't got time to worry about you. They don't got time to really, do you dirty, this and that, unless that's part of their business, I guess. But you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're negative, you go around doing negative things to people. If you're irresponsible, you go down doing irresponsible things to people. For you to be successful, you can't really be irresponsible. And the irresponsible things you do is for you to get ahead. But that doesn't really make sense because you're not going to do irresponsible things to get ahead because eventually you'll fall back down if you do it the wrong way, try to take the shortcut. So you got to be responsible. You got to be positive if you're successful. And when you're positive and this and that, you're not going to treat people wrong. Because to be successful, you have to be positive. You have to be strong. You have to be, like just on your level. You don't got time to be on anyone else's level. You don't got time to put somebody down. If you're really on that level of no level of positivity. But if you're negative, and you're responsible, it causes a lot of things to go wrong in the world. You start looking at people wrong, blaming other people for the things you don't have or what they have, and you start doing negative things. You start thinking negative. You start doing your responsible thing. It causes a lot of problems. So as I challenge you, level up. Get rid of that weak mentality. Be liable for yourself. Be responsible for yourself. And like I said, get rid of the weak mentality of blaming somebody and things that level up in life. Once you take charge, you're going to feel better. Because it's your life. Like, you can't blame the next man. You can't blame the guy that's rich because he wanted it more and he's willing to do whatever it is. You can't blame that person because they wanted to live life and experience life to the fullest and you don't. That's a different. That person wants to live their life to the fullest and they're willing to do whatever sacrifice, whatever risk, whatever to experience that life. What are you willing to sacrifice? What are you willing to do? What are you willing to risk for your experience? So you can't hate on the next man or woman for being successful or doing whatever it is for them to get on top. This is their life and they're willing to give whatever. Are you willing to give whatever? What level are you on in understanding? So you can't blame somebody for the things you don't have or the things they have, this and that, for life. Like I said, you got to buck up, like stay on your level. Like I said, I only go around certain type of people, certain group, because my energy is different. I view things different and, thankfully I'm blessed to be aware of certain things differently. And when I'm around certain people, the way their energy, if they're negative, me, inside I just want to be like, buck up, Naksu up, let's get through, let's roll, let's, enjoy life. If I see someone moping around, but it causes me to look non-compassionate and non-empathetic. But I know I have empathy, I know I'm compassionate, but at the same time, I'm not going to come down to that level. Because if that's what you're seeing, I know what you're seeing. I've been there. I've been through struggle, trials, and tribulations all day. Every day I have that. But I just choose not to see that. I choose to see the solution and the strength and the wisdom and the enjoyment in life of overcoming something. So I'm not going to level down and mope around. Sometimes we do that because we have friends and family. And when they're sad, like I said, we come down to the level we want to feel. No, you can understand them and help them out, help them grow. And helping, you got to learn how much you can give and do. Like I said, some people don't even want help. The more you help them, you enable them to be weaker. The more you give, the more you give them, the more you make them feel entitled. So sometimes you got to know when to help. Helping someone can enable them to be weak. And things like that. And like I said, it's just, you can't come down to someone's level. Come down and pull them up. But once they start pulling you down, you can let go. Now they're not helping themselves. And you got your own path. Everyone's got their own path in life. Don't let someone make you feel ashamed to be happy because they're sad. As long as you know that you did right by them, and if you're wrong, apologize. Because that's part of growth. Man up, woman up, Naksu up. If you're wrong, apologize. But if you're not wrong, don't let no one shame you for being who you are or for being happy. Stay on your level. You don't have to come down to no one's level. You don't have to come down and be sad with them. Come down and understand them and try to pull them up. But if they don't want to get up, you can only help so many. Help those that want to be helped. So stay on your own level. Level of understanding. Level of being one with who you are and knowing, like I said, Knowing how to give and how to love is one of the most important things, because we have families and friends that we feel for, and the trials and tribulations every day. And we want to come down and be there for them, help them. Like I said, come down, be there and help them, understand them and pull them up. But don't stay there with their sorrow, don't stay there with their sadness, and don't pity them. Pity makes people weak. Like I said, weakness is what makes life the way it is. Weak emotion, for example, because someone can't control their emotion now, they just ran into somebody's car, had road rage, or shot somebody because someone gave them the bird or called them name. Like, you're not that tough. You're not that gang. You're not that Naksu. If you get mad because someone offended you that easy by calling you a name, level up. That's simple stuff. Like, you're not a kid. Sticks and stones will break my bones, but name won't. What happened to that? Like stay on your level. Like, who is that person to make you that upset by what they say? They're not your mom, they're not your dad, they're not your God. Let them say what they want to say. So stay on your level. When people say stuff, you don't have to come down and be mad and upset. Who are they to you to make you feel like that? They're nothing. So don't let their words mean anything. So stay on your level. When you run into negative people, weak people, like I said, weak emotion causes a lot of things. Causes you to hurt people, do wrong things, cause life to be bad. Like not being lazy, not wanting to work, cause other people have to take care of you. And things like not taking responsibility. That means other people have to take responsibility for you. Weak things, weak emotion, it causes life to be bad. That's why, like I said, you got to be positive. And if people are positive and this and that, and, like I said, when I go around people, they don't like that for some reason, because it makes them feel bad. So don't come down from your level to make somebody feel good. If they want to feel bad because you're happy and they want to look at their view like that and they want to be negative about their, that's what they do. You can only help them so much. Like I said, stay on your level, stay in your happiness, stay in your understanding. If that understanding stunts your growth, find more understanding. The understanding of truth in life should make you feel one with life and everybody. The level of no level is where you understand everything and everyone and yourself, and you don't understand nothing. If that makes sense. You understand everything, but at the same time nothing, because everything can be true and everything cannot be true. It's just what you take in and what you think it and perceive it to be. So then to know that if it's true, you got to walk in it. And that's what it means to be a Naksu. You got to walk in your belief, walk in your path, stay on your level. When people trying to pull you down and push you down and say, no, that's not the way. Follow that intuition. Follow that feeling, because it will never let you down. Like I said, if people follow everything else in life, they follow this and that, they follow that person, but they never follow what really matters. Follow your intuition, follow yourself. Because that being, your spirit, your Naksu spirit, is going to lead you through. It's going to tell you the right way, what feels good, what feels right. Follow that. Stay on that level of understanding and who you are, and search for that each and every day. So until then, live, love, life. Blessings and blessings and blessings. Bless up, live up. Naksu! All day.